hand over to Ben Hart, who's going to summarise the whole conference. Ben.
So first of all, before any of you escape, I just wanted to do just a tiny last bit of housekeeping. Two things. Number one, the magic sticks, do pick them up on your way out. They're on the reception desk. And number two, I want to do a few thanks. Most importantly, the conference wouldn't have happened without our lovely sponsors. So HSI, Humane Society International, who Bernie represents, been amazing. They were the first backers that gave me the confidence that it was worth carrying on with the idea. Brooke, they're obviously leaders in the field of this kind of stuff, and again, hugely appreciated. Red Wings, Donkey Sanctuary, World Horse Welfare, again, awesome, doing so much, really embracing the idea of human behaviour change, and thank you for recognising that and supporting the conference, because with you guys it wouldn't happen. I4, again, another organisation that just, they just got it. When I went and said, please give me some money, am I going to have to, dry out tea bags and then give them back to people? They said, yeah, we can help you there. And finally, a big help to Nikki from IAPRA, who's made the filming happen as well through her restricted sponsorship. So thank you so much, Nikki. Also, thank you to the film guys. So Andy and Lewis have been amazingly dealt with all sorts of technical things that have come their way. I think they want me to highlight that they don't normally do conferences. This is kind of mates rates filming thing. They normally make amazing inspirational films. That's why Andy's company is called Campaign Film. Do check it out. And one of the take-home messages from this conference is the importance that films, the magic that films can do to get that emotion going. So all employ Andy and make him very busy. I don't think, maybe not. He's really, really busy already. But thank you so much, Andy and Lewis, for your help as well. And for the actual helpers. So I haven't done it on my own. Ben's been my wingman, he's been awesome. And then there's Ellie, George, loads of other people in this room. And I'm sorry, I've just gone blank. But thank you so, so much, because having, friendly faces who can just get stuff done has been amazing and brilliant in the run-up to it. And Joe White's been another brilliant kind of the technical understanding of human behaviour change. Joe and Mark also on the organising committee. And thank you also to the scientific committee, who've obviously been the reason why you've seen all these presentations, because they chose you, they chose them. So thank you so much. And I'm going to hand over to Ben for this speech that is now on here, hopefully in the right order.
All that lot. Thanks, Suze. Thank you to the people who have taken the time to do the chairman position, the timekeepers, fantastic. Thank you to all the helpers, to the speakers who have come from all over the world, literally, to share their knowledge, their passion, their enthusiasm. Phenomenal. Thank you for all of you who have sat there for 3 days, completely like this, amazing, again, coming from all over the world to participate in this has been phenomenal. Obviously, it does fall on me to thank someone who has made all this possible. And without a doubt, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't actually be here. Her incredible passion and her phenomenal organisational skills to balance everything. You want to see the number of email folders she has to just keep everybody in the right place. And normally at this point, you'd kind of go and, Suzanne, and here's a beautiful bouquet of flowers. But those of you who know Suzanne will know there will be two problems with that. First of all, that you could not find ethical enough flowers to make that work. And without vegan chocolate or something, that isn't going to work. And secondly, it would embarrass the hell out of her. And so we haven't done that. So the greatest thank you that we could give to Suzanne is partly a round of applause, but more importantly is your future participation in the think tank, in your feedback, in taking this away and using what you've learned in sharing and in feeding back how it's made a difference to just a really awesome person that is driving animal welfare change. So a big round of applause for Suzanne. Okay, Suzanne, I didn't plan that bit. Okay, you can see the pain that just caused. Well deserved as it was. Get used to it. You earned it. I'm literally going to finish up in a few minutes here, but I am just a short warning. I am going to ask you guys for a little bit of feedback in a moment, and some maybe some standouts or things that you might have gone light bulb moments just to share before we finish, because we are talking HPC. For me, wow, how many species have we covered? Horses, dogs, reptiles, sheep, snakes, shoats, elephants, river dolphins, donkeys, mules, sheep, cattle, pigs, chickens, tigers, fish, orcas, zoo animals. I'm sorry if I've missed some out. We've covered insects. I'm not sure that. Anyway, no. Bali. We've gone from Bali to Nepal to Kenya, Ethiopia, Egypt, Gambia, Scotland, Australia, Pakistan, USA, India. We've been all over the world. Phenomenal. We've talked about change in children, in vets, in researchers, in zoo staff, farmers, subsistence communities, welfare organisations, animal organisations, religious sects, pet owners, horse owners, donkey owners, mule owners, fishermen, governments, and even in ourselves. A couple of standouts from me, given those 3 days of reflection before I ask you. Mano said, help them be the best, the pioneer, and to be significant. That really kind of stuck for me. Help them to present their good work to others. That was a good thing. Lisa, be there when they need you, when they need you most. Any community is a fertile environment for change. Wow, that was really passionate for me. And I think when Joe said, do we really understand humans? It's kind of like, how could we know everything? We don't really understand ourselves. So when we're grasping at how do we change human behavior, those of you sitting there that I've talked to who've gone, but which model do I use? We don't know. We've not got a clue. You know, we're out there doing it. This is new. And I think there's a reason for that. We don't understand our own behavior as much as we might think we do. And that's something we've got to learn. So before I finish up, are there any standouts from any of you? Is there any light bulb moments that you go, yeah, actually what made it for me was? Go.
One from the earlier moments with Professor French actually wrote down the whole quote, which he summed up marketing for me, summed up where I need to go in the future. Is if you spend enough time and effort listening to people, they will tell you the answers.
Good, yeah. Yeah. Anybody else want to share a light bulb moment or anything that stuck up? Justine?
I think there's so much to be learned from what's going on the ground, that the large organisations can take a lot from that in thinking at things more strategically. What we need to be doing is happening out there already. We've heard it all over the last 3 days.
Yeah. I like that collaboration between the practical people who are on the floor doing it and people who are understanding it, measuring it, studying it, and bringing it back. Yeah? Good? Kimberly?
I did my PhD research on bullfighting, not the welfare perspectives, more the cultural constructions. And ever since then, people have said to me, oh, bullfighting's going to end one day. And I always say, the Spanish will never give up the bullfight. The bullfight will never end. It's just too culturally entrenched. And the only time I've ever been challenged to think otherwise was when I saw Manoj's presentation. And now I realise if that can be changed, anything can be changed. If that level of animal sacrifice of 400
I think we all got that, a little bit of that perspective on our daily challenges, definitely.
Yeah, for me, what I learned is that similar approaches have successfully worked for different organizations in different countries around the world, like by using the same type of approaches, and really that's something I have seen it has worked well.
Good, thank you.
Valerie's talk about work in Kenya really struck a nerve with me about even we have to ask who gets to decide what is the problem, who's sitting at this table. Because before I think we can move forward with understanding it and of course looking at solutions, but who gets to participate in even defining what a problem is?
Yeah. What's the problem and who decides whose problem it is? Yeah, okay, good. I like that. Anything else?
I'm really sorry if I don't know who said it because I've written loads of really inspirational things down, but for me, the phrase that really stood out, because I'm learning so much about all of this, is the most dangerous phrase that we have is if we always have done it this way, we've always done it this way. This is why.
If we've always done it this way is the most dangerous phrase.
And that for me was just like,
Has anybody not encountered that phrase in their work? Yeah.
Move from exert-driven solutions to co-creative options.
Yeah. On the ground, sitting down, talking to people, working out, understanding. Like that. Emma?
Similar idea really, the common theme I've seen emerge from the talk is success is associated with humility of people on the ground who are working with whoever in order to achieve that change. That humility seems to be essential.
And hopefully I've spoken to many of you, and I think there has been that thought process, a great deal of academics, a great deal of science, and how that marries in some way with the practical application. And people, as you say, sitting on the ground, and the skill of the practitioner to genuinely not know and to ask and to work with these things without trying to manipulate and be in a rush to get to the answer that they already know with the curse of knowledge. So, yeah, I think that's really important.
Hopefully Melissa won't mind me saying, but one thing we felt about being part of these last few days is a comfort to share what hasn't worked as well as much to share what has worked. And I think you don't find that at every conference, so I really hope that's something we take forward about celebrating what we tried and didn't work so well and what we tried instead and went well. So I hope that continues.
That's page 2 of my speech gone. Thank you, Kimberly. Or just reinforce what I might say. I like it when somebody really brighten it. Okay, good. Yeah.
Thanks. Rather than a single moment, I think it's a big take-home message, certainly that I've gleaned from this, is that in order to bring about change in behaviour and approach in others, you really have to think about changing your own behaviour and approach.
That's page 3 gone. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
well, I'm just here for fun in my own time. My day job is ensuring inspectors all over the country enforce farmer or welfare compliance from fish through to llamas and whatever. And because we're dealing with compliance, it is always, you must do this, you're doing this wrong, you're breaking the law, you're not reaching minimum standards. And then we wonder why we're dealing with chronic reoffenders, because they've got 30 things to put right. They've got family issues, we've got hoarders exactly the same, and dealing with hoarders who are cattle hoarders is very different to, taking a bunch of cats away. It's made me completely rethink how we train our inspectors, even though we're dealing with legal non-compliances, we need to rethink how we're having that communication, that conversation, because we're not achieving what we want to achieve. The offenders still reoffend unless we ban them and keep the animals.
Fantastic. Fantastic. There was a lady I spoke to at lunchtime, and she was very kind. She said, "Ben, you've changed my life." I said, "It wasn't me, I didn't touch it." And no, she said, "You did a webinar some time back for the A, B, P, C, D, E, F and G organisation." And She said, I was absolutely fed up in my puppy classes at people dragging the puppy across the floor, at people yanking on things, and I was at the end of about to quit. And she said, your webinar made me think that I was training the wrong species. That the puppy didn't need training, but the person at the other end of the leash did. And I've started to apply these approaches. She said it's been transformational to the point that I'm now going to go and do, I think, a master's in this whole topic and how we could change puppy training to educate owners. And I said, that's great, just make sure you put it back in the think tank so everybody else can share from it. And these tiny things that people just change or pick up on that we do. Let me to have the kind of the following thoughts, really, if I may. And as a trainer of animals and people, I guess what's self-evident to me is that behavior is complex. Not in isolation from so many influencing factors which you're all familiar with, but accepting that behavior change is complex, I think allows us to cut ourselves some slack. To ease up on the pressure we feel to change the world now. I don't mean we can sit back with complacency or moaning that it will never change, but to understand and accept that changing behavior of non-human animals is relatively straightforward. Some might even say easy compared to changing the behavior of humans. We cling to our identities, our egos, we adjust our perceptions to make us feel more comfortable. With our deceptions, we create opportunities to lie to ourselves, even though deep down we know the truth is somewhat different. As human behavior change enthusiasts, it is important to remember there is no moral high ground. We do the same things, we are subject to the same behaviors and failings in character of those people that we are trying to change. Our duty is to be more aware of our own behavior, the yeah buts, so that we might, when necessary, for the sake of animals, get out of the way of our own success by not being the obstacle to change that we want to see in others. We all have our reasons for our behaviors, and accepting that we are no different, no better or worse than those we might seek to change is important. Who among us came into the world already perfect? Has it not been a journey for us, and will it not continue to be a journey? Human behavior change and for animal welfare is in evolution. And sometimes we may need to remind ourselves that all things change. And what we want to know now, what we know now, will, I hope, be a lot less than we will know in 3 years' time. So we should be gentle with ourselves. Don't burn out. Don't give up. Don't become despondent. Great work is being done. We are doing it. What has inspired me most in the 3 days we've just shared together is not the presentations. It is, in fact, the work that has been done previously to be able to make the presentation. We are already changing human behavior. The projects that you have undertaken around the world for the benefits of animals are already working. As all of the work that everyone in this room undertakes grows, takes hold, and we connect with like-minded people that we've met here, evolution takes place and change becomes real. In our ever-connected global community, we are no longer alone. We have found our inspirations, our supports, our mentors, and our motivations to keep on keeping on. In the long work to improve the welfare of animals, we are individually just foot soldiers, but collectively we are a force for change. We hope these 3 days have been an occasion to rest, regroup, restore faith and belief, gather ideas, and prepare to get back out with new ideas and tools to keep on trying for the sake of the animals we care so much about. May I encourage us all to fail more. For in failure, there is much to learn. The more we do, the more we must surely fail. We must fail our way to success because it is the fastest way to reach our goals. We should share our failures as much as we share our successes because it is the fastest way for others to succeed. We as human change for animal welfare believers must act differently. We must not be afraid to fail. We must not hang on so tightly for the fear of failure that we do not end up trying. Yes, failure is scary and not necessarily what the PR department or the CEO might want. But for the sake of the animals we so passionately care about, fail we must. But for failures to be positive, we must be open to sharing our failure. We must share as much as our successes. And I think we have found in this room, with our colleagues here and across the globe who couldn't reach us in these 3 days, kindred spirits who will not judge you for failing, as much as they might judge you for failing not to share. We need to be interested in the 20, 30, 40% that our interventions didn't change. And with the spirit of collaboration and honesty, we must share what we learn. The organising committee hope that this has been the setting off point for more explorations in improving animal welfare, the lessons from which I know you will bring back to the think tank. All of you are doing amazing work. Sometimes the enormity of the challenge can seemingly dwarf the size of our perceived achievements. But always remember, you might not be able to change the world for all animals, but for one animal, you may well have changed their world. Thank you, safe home, and go well.
Also, Karen Ginsberg has been doing some amazing drawings like this, but about the conference. I wasn't quite organised enough to put them up, but anyway, they're brilliant and amazing, and check them out on Facebook and on Twitter and stuff, and they'll end up on the magic memory sticks and all that kind of stuff. So they'll have a brilliant pictorial summary